Hello, welcome back to Royal Amethyst Acres. A while back I had said that I would like to start a series called Airstream Cooking, and so today I'm going to go ahead and start that. We are not actually cooking today, however, I am going to make a salsa. We are going to make pico de gallo today, and my ingredients are tomatoes, and I use Roma tomatoes, and make sure that they're a little bit more on the firm side. Jalapeno, lime, red onion, and of course cilantro. Then I have pink Himalayan salt and pepper that I'll grind into it at the end. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do, obviously, is cut up. I have already washed my fruits and my vegetables. Actually, fruit as well, because tomatoes are a fruit, in case you didn't know that. I typically cut the tops off, and I'll open my compost bucket here, and then I will just dice them as small as I can. So there's a tomato, and into the bowl it goes. And I'll just go ahead and keep dicing up the tomatoes. Now, I'm not a professional chef, so I don't have a technique as such with a knife, but I do like to cook, and actually I really love to bake. So you'll have to pardon me with my knife skills out there in chef land. Okay, I'm just going to cut those two up for now, and put the rest of it together to show you. The next thing I usually do is I cut up my jalapeno, and I do take the seeds out because I do not like a lot of spice. But you cannot make pico de gallo without a jalapeno. It has to have a jalapeno in it, because it misses something if you don't. Okay, seeds are out of that one. Rid of those. Whoops. Making a lot of noise, sorry. Okay. And then of course I'm going to dice the jalapeno up as small as I can, because you get a big bite of jalapeno in your salsa, or when you go to take a bite, it is a little overpowering. And I don't use a lot of jalapeno, which is why I have such a small one. I like the flavor of pepper and spices, but my stomach does not like the acid. Okay, jalapeno is done now. So I will go ahead and start with cutting some of the onion up for you. I'm not a fan of cutting onion, let me just tell you that. They make my eyes water every time, and I look like I've been bawling. And I will say that I like the flavor of the red onion better than a white or a yellow onion in pico, so that's why I use it. And I think traditionally actually it's made with red onion. Start by cutting only in half here. And again, I try and dice everything into extremely small pieces, because getting a mouthful of just one portion of your salsa, of your pico, is just overpowering. So uh-oh, it's getting to me. Okay, I think actually for what I have here, this half onion will be plenty. And then next, we will do some cilantro. Now, typically people will stem these. I don't like to spend the time doing that, so I usually just end up cutting off the top half of it. My eyes are watering. See, I told you. Oh my goodness. I literally have a tear running down my cheek. Okay, I'm going to try and make it the rest of the way here. I can't promise anything though. Oh my goodness. What's going to happen? Okay. Excuse me, again. I should have a glass of cold water and just dip my knife in it, but I didn't, so here we go with the cilantro. Every time. I can imagine I look pretty silly at this point. And I can never get my cilantro to, when I get it bunched up, to roll into a little, into a ball or anything, just to chop it up. And that's annoying to me, but you would think that after all this time of making pico, I'd be okay with that. But that's not how it works. Okay. Now, take a lime, and if you make a bigger batch, typically I make a pretty large batch, and I use typically 12-ish Roma tomatoes, and with a big onion like that, I'll still only use half of it, and I'll still only use one small jalapeno. But then I add more lime in it because I really like the zest of the lime flavor. So we are going to squeeze the juice of one lime into the bowl with the other ingredients. My eyes are still watering. Okay. Excuse me. All right. And typically I have a spoon here with me, but I'm going to use my knife to kind of mix it up. And we'll go ahead and cut up the rest of the tomatoes. Still crying. Now I'm just making a mess of the tomato. My goodness. This tomato was just a little bit softer than I like, but which is why it's kind of hard to cut. But that's okay. we're getting there. On the last tomato here. Okay. Into the pot. Well, the bowl. Alright. Mix it up a little bit. Okay, throw in a little bit of salt. And grind up some pepper. Okay. There you go. Okay, I will leave the recipe down in the description, and try it this way if you like it. It's real simple. Okay, so my goal actually is to eventually make an entire cookbook, and most of the recipes will be my Grammy's recipes and things that I've come across, and I really sincerely hope you like this series. I do hope that when I do finally get the cookbook put together, that you will buy a copy, obviously. So this is my version of pico de gallo. I don't really like a lot of stuff in mine, and I don't care for a salsa verde, I don't care for queso, any of that stuff. So this is what I eat on my tortilla chips. We are going to actually try it now. My tortilla chips. Oh my goodness, my chips are breaking. Perfect. That's awesome, pico. Now if you like, you can add garlic or whatever you like in it, but I think this is a more traditional pico style. And again, I'll leave that down in the description below, and you can make it on your own. I wish you many blessings, and I wish many blessings upon your homestead, and happy cooking. Live from the earth and play in the dirt. Bye.